Tonight's episode of SmackDown delivered a moment that has completely transformed the landscape of WWE, and the shockwaves from what transpired are going to be felt for weeks and possibly months to come. For several weeks now, there has been an ominous presence lurking throughout the Blue brand, systematically targeting some of the most prominent superstars on the roster and vanishing without leaving any evidence or clues behind. CM Punk found himself ambushed and attacked when he least expected it. Cody Rhodes became another victim in this string of mysterious assaults. Even LA Knight, one of the toughest competitors on the roster, was discovered lying motionless backstage with absolutely nobody stepping forward to claim responsibility for these calculated attacks. However, everything reached a boiling point during tonight's broadcast when Roman Reigns made his highly anticipated return to SmackDown after being absent from television for several weeks. His arrival was not merely a simple comeback to remind everyone of his dominance, but rather he entered the arena carrying himself with the commanding authority of a monarch who was ready to reclaim his rightful position at the top of the hierarchy. What made his return even more stunning was the fact that he came armed with information and revelations that absolutely nobody in the WWE universe saw coming. There has been talk of a mystery antagonist operating in the shadows, whispers of a carefully constructed plan being executed behind the scenes, and speculation about a brilliant mastermind orchestrating these events while remaining completely hidden from view. Tonight, Roman Reigns did not simply show up to make his presence known. He systematically revealed everything that had been concealed, pulling back the curtain on the entire conspiracy. This is your comprehensive and detailed breakdown of Roman Reigns' absolutely jaw-dropping return to SmackDown, the unmasking and identity of the mysterious attacker who has been terrorizing superstars, what these developments mean for the upcoming Survivor Series pay-per-view event, and how this unexpected twist in the storyline could potentially reshape the entire direction of WWE as the company begins building toward the road to WrestleMania. Welcome to WWE Discuss, and let's dive deep into everything that happened. The broadcast of SmackDown began with an atmosphere of tension that was so palpable and intense that you could practically feel it radiating through your television screen. General Manager Adam Pearce positioned himself in the center of the ring, visibly frustrated and demanding concrete answers from everyone in the locker room. He insisted that security needed to drastically tighten their protocols and monitor every single corner and entrance of the building. He emphatically stated that WWE management needed to seize control of this deteriorating situation before circumstances spiraled even further beyond their ability to contain. However, before Pearce was able to complete his stern address to the WWE Universe, the lighting in the arena suddenly shifted in a dramatic fashion. The production cameras abruptly cut to focus on the entrance ramp, and the entire crowd inside the arena absolutely erupted with deafening noise and excitement. The reason for this explosive reaction became immediately clear, because standing at the top of the ramp was none other than Roman Reigns, the self-proclaimed tribal chief, the undisputed head of the table, making his grand return to Friday Night SmackDown after his extended absence from television. He moved down the ramp with that unmistakable slow and deliberate stride that has become his signature entrance style. Every single person in attendance, from the fans in the seats to the officials at ringside, had their eyes locked firmly on him as he approached the ring. Notably absent were any members of the Bloodline faction. There was no sign of Paul Heyman by his side either. This was Roman Reigns completely alone, focused entirely on his mission with laser-like intensity. He grabbed a microphone and proceeded to address the crowd and the entire WWE universe watching around the world, explaining in explicit detail exactly why he had chosen this moment to return. He expressed that he had grown tired of hearing people whisper rumors and speculation that the Bloodline was crumbling and falling apart. He was fed up with the fact that attacks were occurring on what he considers to be his show without his authorization or permission. Most importantly, he was exhausted by the one question that had been consuming everyone's attention throughout WWE. Who exactly is the mystery man responsible for these attacks? Roman stared directly into the hard camera with an intimidating intensity and made a solemn promise to the audience that he possessed knowledge of the truth behind these attacks, and he fully intended to expose everything before the conclusion of tonight's broadcast. Before Roman was able to continue with his explanation, Paul Heyman nervously emerged from the backstage area, limping noticeably as he made his way toward the ring. His appearance suggested that he was deeply unsettled, with visible perspiration on his face and an overall demeanor that showed he was completely thrown off balance by Roman's unexpected return. He attempted to speak and offer some kind of explanation, but Roman immediately silenced him with an authoritative command. Roman made it crystal clear that he wanted to hear the truth and nothing but the truth, not a series of elaborate excuses or carefully worded deflections. Heyman tried desperately to insist that he had absolutely nothing to do with the mysterious attacks that had been plaguing SmackDown, but his physical behavior and body language told a completely different story that contradicted his words. He visibly flinched when Roman moved closer to him. He stuttered and stumbled over his words repeatedly. He continuously avoided making direct eye contact with Roman, and the fans in attendance could sense that something was deeply wrong with this interaction. There was clearly something being concealed, some crucial piece of information that Heyman was desperately trying to keep hidden. Roman grabbed Heyman firmly by the collar of his shirt and aggressively demanded that he provide answers immediately. At that precise moment, the massive screens known as the Titantron suddenly began to flicker and malfunction. Security alarm systems began blaring throughout the backstage area. The broadcast cameras quickly cut to scenes of absolute chaos unfolding in the backstage hallways. WWE officials were running frantically in multiple directions, referees were shouting instructions and trying to coordinate a response, and someone was spotted sprinting through the arena corridors with a hood pulled tightly over their head to conceal their identity. The mystery man had struck yet again, continuing his pattern of calculated attacks. This time the victim was AJ Styles, who was discovered lying on the cold concrete floor, clutching his ribs in obvious pain and gasping for air. The attacker had once again vanished instantly without being identified or captured. Roman's facial expression transformed from controlled anger into absolute unrestrained fury. He slowly turned around to face Heyman and issued a direct command, telling him to bring the mystery attacker out to the ring immediately because Roman knew with certainty that Heyman had been hiding this person's identity. The crowd responded with an audible gasp of shock. Heyman stood completely frozen, unable to move or respond. Roman repeated his demand with even more intensity, and then reluctantly, with hands that were visibly shaking from nervousness, Heyman signaled toward the entrance ramp to indicate that someone would be coming out. The arena lights dimmed significantly, creating an ominous atmosphere, and a slow, heavy rhythmic drum beat began to echo throughout the building. Then the moment everyone had been waiting for arrived as the mystery man emerged. A hooded figure walked down the ramp with their head tilted downward, surrounded by a protective ring of security personnel. The entire arena fell into an eerie silence as the figure methodically climbed through the ropes and positioned themselves directly face to face with Roman Reigns in the center of the ring. Roman reached out with determination, grabbed hold of the hood that was concealing the person's identity, and aggressively ripped it off to reveal their face. The crowd absolutely exploded with shock and amazement because the mystery man who had been terrorizing SmackDown was revealed to be none other than Austin Theory. Many people had suspected it based on rumors circulating throughout the wrestling community. Various predictions had been made by analysts and insiders. Leaked information had hinted at this possibility. Austin Theory stood in the ring with an expression of cold confidence and determination. He did not immediately grab a microphone to speak, instead choosing to communicate through an intense stare that seemed capable of cutting through steel. Roman proceeded to explain that Paul Heyman had been secretly working with Austin Theory behind everyone's backs for weeks. This alliance was not created to protect Roman or to support the continued dominance of the bloodline, but rather to build Heyman's own insurance policy for the future, his own personal project that he could control, his own potential threat that could be used as leverage. Theory smirked arrogantly and informed Roman that the days of the tribal chief era were rapidly coming to an end, that WWE needed a new leader to carry the company forward, a new face to represent the brand, and a new master strategist to guide the direction of programming. Theory claimed that he specifically targeted and attacked CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and LA Knight because he wanted to make a powerful statement about his intentions before Roman returned to television. Heyman, now cornered and visibly panicking about the consequences of his actions being exposed, attempted to offer an explanation for his betrayal. He claimed that he only formed an alliance with Austin Theory because he was genuinely fearful that Roman was losing his grip on power and influence within WWE. Roman responded to this pathetic excuse by aggressively pushing Heyman backward into the corner of the ring and then turning his full attention to confronting Austin Theory directly. The atmosphere in the arena became absolutely electric with anticipation as these two competitors faced off. This was Roman versus Theory, an established leader versus an ambitious upstart, a proven legend versus a rising threat who believed his time had come. Theory attempted to strike first and gain the upper hand, but Roman was prepared and stopped him cold with a devastating Superman punch that sent Theory flying backward out of the ring and crashing to the floor below. Theory and Heyman quickly retreated up the entrance ramp while Roman remained standing tall in the ring, asserting his dominance. Roman grabbed the microphone one final time and issued a declaration that sent chills through everyone watching. He stated that if Austin Theory genuinely believes that he represents the future of WWE, then Roman would personally demonstrate exactly why he still runs this entire place. He challenged Theory to face him at Survivor Series, promising that Theory would be finished when their confrontation concluded. The show reached its conclusion with Roman pointing directly at Austin Theory with an accusatory finger while security personnel physically held Theory back to prevent him from charging the ring. Just like that, SmackDown ended with arguably the biggest shocking twist and revelation since WrestleMania concluded. Thank you for watching WWE Discuss. If you found this detailed breakdown entertaining and informative, and you want access to more comprehensive WWE storyline coverage, in-depth match analysis, and exclusive behind-the-scenes updates about what is happening in the world of professional wrestling, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. This Roman Reigns vs. Austin Theory storyline is now officially underway and heading toward a collision course, and you can absolutely bet that the chaos and unpredictability are only just getting started. We will be covering every single twist in the narrative, every attack that takes place, and every unexpected moment as this compelling storyline unfolds on the road to Survivor Series and continues beyond that event. We will see you in the next video.